welcome back to another episode of Women in APIs Season 3. I'm joined today with Amancio and Isa, and we're going to have another wonderful conversation. So to get us started, I would love if you could both introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about you.
So I'm Isa. I'm a product manager working for an insurtech company. I've been working in the tech industry for the last 10 years, and I've been working in the API economy for the last 3 years.
Yeah, I'm Amancio Bouza, living in Switzerland. Also studied here. I'm the author of API Product Management. I worked since 2014. Then I switched from IT consulting to product management. So I was the CPO, the Chief Product Officer at FinTech here in Switzerland. And now switching next month at Baloise Group. That's an insurance company, as also as a product manager group applications.
What are some trends that you guys are both keeping an eye on or things that you're bringing back to your own teams?
So for me, as a product manager, I really use the new API the Notion API. Notion is a great tool for create and engage documentation in our company. And recently they developed their API, and I use it a lot to first on my personal work, and secondly to explain what is an API inside my company and how they can make some interaction between our tools internally. So I think it's a super tool as a product manager to use.
I completely agree. Notion is the king. On my side, different things, or let's say one thing in particular, it's a headless, or kind of what it means, because we did a white label solution in the startup at the FinTech for banks, really providing there with UI and everything for the e-banking. But we also saw great demand to just have the APIs, just have, let's say, the mechanics down below, and then the banks want to create their own user interface. So really pushing for headless. Plus, at the moment, really about conversational AI, ChatGPT, and so on, and also looking forward to have it not just answering questions and giving good tips, but also action. So not that I'm not just talking to, let's say, the great wisdom of the internet, but also, let's say, a toolbox or platform of APIs who can do whatever I need to do.
Any tips on being a good API product manager?
So for me, it's all about the developer experience. I mean, for me, on my side, I really want to have an environment where the API is well built, well documented, easy to use, well designed. And this user experience that we are used to in our everyday life should be applied to our developer experience.
I completely agree with the developer experience, because I now worked a lot with UI or UX user experience designers. They did so an amazing job. They care about interaction, simplicity, communication. So there are so much topics, and we focus on API space only about the API specification. Like okay, that's a full sentence, good descriptions, but it's so much more about the error codes, how you interact with that, about the flow, how you interact with the APIs, different calls, and the objects. I think what makes really good API product manager is how do you talk with the developers who are using your APIs?
What is one thing that you think tech leaders get right or wrong today?
So being a tech leader is more difficult today than before because you need to be business and tech focused. You need to develop soft skills and hard skills, tech skills. So it's a full package. Today, what I think that tech leaders, I think that they lack empathy and they lack soft skills. So I will encourage tech leaders to develop their soft skills and to collaborate and to engage and to have more empathy.
I think also where I failed or I can improve, and also others, is kind of having the usual bias. Because, for instance, I had to hire a new product manager. I wanted women. I was looking for, because I had a team of men, everybody in the same age, looking the same as me. So it's really about not just thinking about, okay, I need a quota of 50-50, but really think, okay, how can I complete the team?
What does being a male ally mean to you?
I'm more into mentoring. It gives you so much back. Like, it makes me happy to help other people. And it's sometimes a little bit sad to see, not sad, because I get in contact with so many talented women. and the only thing that they lack is kind of confidence or an approval from a man. Yeah, that's the right thing to do, and just creating this kind of confidence. I also learn a lot about myself, about my biases, because I learned that I'm a complete biased person. I'm a man. I'm 40 years old, and I accept it. But it's also for me to become or trying to become a better person. Also to start to see the problems, really talking with maybe women about the problems that they have, and really start listening, because I realize, okay, I have, even if I want that everybody has the same opportunities, I don't see, and I don't understand. And when I went into this kind of journey of being a man and male ally, it really started to impact everything. Like start to realize, to be more empathic about the other person. Yeah, more to changing the perspective. Yeah.
What are some of those problems that you've encountered that Amancio mentioned? What do you look for in allies or mentors when it comes to your own career?
So Anancio talk about it, and I really need to find someone who can help me with my confidence, tell me that everything is possible. I mean that we can do it, that everybody can do what he wants to achieve. There is a ton of very talented women in tech, but it's hard to find them, and I know that there is a ton. So I'm looking for this ambitious and very inspiring woman who can help me to grow my confidence.
What helps make a strong male ally in your eyes?
So a strong male ally for me is someone who can understand my life, because I'm a mother, and understand my personal life, and just make me feel that I can do it both, and do it both well.
So this question wasn't on here originally, but what is it like being working parents?
Oh, so for me, you're definitely more efficient at work. I really found that my time is well organized, and because I love my job and I love my children, I try to spend efficient time at my job, and after, when it's done, and after I spend time with my children. But I make this separation quite easily. I mean, at the beginning it was not easy, but now I feel more confident because they are not babies anymore. So it may be easier now. I don't know what you think, Amancio.
So up until he was 3, that it was super difficult. So
Mm-mm.
I was not efficient at work. I lacked completely sleep. I was tired. Yeah. Anyways, I mean, but when you become first time parent, I mean, your love is at home, and your thoughts are at home, and you are anyways distracted. And also learned to be patient with others.
What did you both look for in your API career? What was important to you in your next job, or what's important to you in your current one?
I don't have a technical background. I have a business school background, and I dig into the tech industry like 10 years ago. So for me, I like to grow my technical skills. What I look for on my day to day and for my next role as well is to be able to be specialized and technical and business at the same time. I mean, I want to be able to talk with technical people and talk with business people about APIs.
So for me, what I realized now, it's really not about doing the cool things, because I was in a consulting, and it's kind of the value proposition consulting. Okay, you see a lot of companies, you see a lot of different kind of technologies, and that's super exciting. I agree at first, but you don't grow as a person. And what I'm looking for, and I think also for young people going into from university or from wherever into a company, really look for the manager. It's maybe hard because you don't understand what you're looking for, but having the right manager, that's so important. It will shape your career and also your perspective and future.
What do you guys look for in like raising up the next generation of young people in tech?
For me, every time I have the opportunity to talk about my path, I sell my path, and I say, I come from a business background. I worked in the art industry like a long time ago. Now I am working in API. So And also at work, something very funny appeared to me 2 years ago. So we have very few female developers, and one asked me, "So Isa, do you think I could ask for a raise this year?" I say, "Yes, I mean you could. Everybody does that. This is crazy. She has the same qualification. She is better than a ton of the other people, but she asked me if she could. So every time I have this opportunity to talk about salary, I say yes, you should and you will."
After hearing from each other and hearing a new perspective, what's one thing you've learned?
So I really like the what Amancio talk about, because I like the fact that you are very transparent about being a father and a professional at the same time. I mean, and saying that it's totally okay. And this is the first time ever that I hear a man telling that. So I really enjoy this part, and the fact that you as male are doing efforts to open opportunities to women and realize that this is not. I mean, we are struggling with different concern. You can you see and you are developing your empathy.
What I learned also today, people look for, or women look for mentorship. It doesn't have to be a male mentor. It doesn't have to be somebody from the same company. But for me personally, what makes me think, okay, how can I enable or support kind of finding mentors for people in general? But this is really something I should be sensible about, how to somehow enable that listening. I really start with listening, and people who are looking for mentor, and trying to help there with whatever you can.
We appreciate you both coming on for Women in API Season 3, and have a lovely rest of your day.